What? How in the last 5 years would you say Atlanta changed as far as since all these RICO stuff and gang
Yeah.
stuff? How has things changed?
But it got real violent for a second there, man. It was to the point to where, I would be stressed out just getting on Instagram because you didn't know who you were gonna see dead on Instagram. You see what I'm saying? There was a lot of young men, black men and women. I mean, the women were getting it just as bad as the men, but you would just be scrolling and there would be a rest in peace every day, and at least every week somebody was getting killed.
Right.
It's actually started to taper off and slow down now, which I'm grateful for because it's like, you know what, it was getting difficult to raise your kids in this kind of stuff too, because after your kids get to a certain age, they gonna want to go out in the streets and party,
Right.
and you don't want them to get hit with a stray because folks is out here, cutting the food. But it had got, but then with COVID, that kind of added to a lot of it though too, Choke, because with COVID, Atlanta was one of the only places still open.
We definitely did not shut down.
Nigga, this thing did not
That
shut
shit
down.
like
Come
30
on,
days.
exactly. So with that being said, you had a lot of folks, regular people, tourists, and gangsters from all over the southeast or all over the country coming down here to get outside.
Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying? So that brought a whole nother element to the city that wasn't there beforehand, because you got a lot of knuckleheads that just came down here like, nigga, this the only thing open and I'm trying to survive and hustle. And my hustle might have been robbing, you see what I'm saying, scamming or hustling and stuff like that. Well, if your city and your little town is closed down, Atlanta, all them folks, they still out at the mall.
Yeah.
So you can go and get what you need and then go back home and get your toilet tissue, which everybody was fighting over at that time,
Right.
and survive. But there was a lot of that stuff going on. And then there was a lot of infighting just, with people beefing in the city and things of that nature. And, I'm just glad a lot of this stuff is starting to slow down. Right now, I'm seeing people just really sitting back and realizing that, hey man, we're better together than apart. So
Right.
I'm hoping that, we see a lot more of the camaraderie that we've been witnessing. I think also with this 50 years of hip hop going on too, I think that's brought a lot of people back together just to say, hey man, you remember this, we did this, that whole nostalgia feeling that people are feeling right now, I think is a good thing as far as bringing back the family vibe and, camaraderie that the city used to have.